The game of business is 24/7 and careers span decades. And your health is your most valuable asset. Maintaining it isn't just about you, it's about the numerous people that you lead daily. It's about the impact that you can make in your community. And most importantly, it's about having the energy and vitality for those closest to you. Welcome to another episode of Executive Health and Life. I'm your host, Julian Hayes II, and this is the place where we aim to help you operate with world-class health and sustain optimal performance. And most importantly, to maximize your impact in business, community, and family. And so today we're discussing the common mistakes that can severely impact your health and well-being as a forward-thinking, mission-driven CEO, entrepreneur, or in general, a business leader. Now, as an ambitious leader, your health is your most valuable asset. And avoiding these 8 pitfalls that I'm getting ready to discuss are crucial when it comes to sustaining your performance. It's crucial for sustaining your health over the long run. And so let's go ahead and dive into the first one. And the first one is isolation. So imagine working late into the night, making tough decisions that affect the entire company and each team member's family as well. But more often than not, you have no one to share these concerns with. Over time, this isolation can erode your mental resilience amongst many other things. And think of this as executive isolation. So as a CEO, as an entrepreneur, the higher you climb, a lot of times, the more isolated that you might feel. And with fewer people who truly understand your challenges, the sense of loneliness can become overwhelming. And this can lead to mental health issues such as anxiety, depression, and many others. And this, in turn, can then affect your decision making and your leadership abilities. And in the ninth annual, this is a research study, in the ninth annual 2024 State of the Workplace Empathy Study from Business Solver, 55% of CEOs stated that they experienced a mental health issue in the past year. That's up 24% from 2023. And 60% of millennial CEOs are more likely to have or experience a mental health issue, such as anxiety, depression, loneliness, obsessive compulsive disorder, or burnout. And so here are a couple of solutions when it comes to isolation. Commit to building a strong support network. Seek mentorship, seek coaching, seek advising. Start engaging, start joining groups that can help you mitigate some of this executive isolation. Or lastly, if none of those are an option, start to create your own community of like-minded leaders, like-minded individuals who can start to offer support and understanding for you. So the second one here is unmitigated stress. And so I want you to consider the stress of having to decide on major layoffs. The stress of if you can make payroll, the stress of growing a startup, the stress of navigating a financial crisis, dealing in a tough economic climate. And so the weight of these decisions can oftentimes, as some of us probably know, can cause some sleepless nights, can cause some irritability, can cause a nice simmering constant state of anxiety. Now, I often remind myself that anxiety comes with the title. Anxiety comes with trying to go against the grain. Anxiety comes when you are doing something that's completely different that a lot of people are not going to understand. Anxiety is part of leadership. Anxiety is part of growth. Anxiety is often about the future. And in our positions, and a lot of you all listening, watching later on, part of our role is to think about the future. So it's no surprise that many of us often have anxiety that's always simmering in the background. And so this constant pressure to make high-stake decisions, this can lead to unmitigated stress. And this intense stress not only affects your mental health, but it can also manifest physically, leading to chronic conditions such as hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and numerous others. So potential solutions for this unmitigated stress. Well, number one is to realize that you're never going to get rid of all the stress, and you don't want to. Part stress leads to growth. Pressure leads to growth. So it's more about how can we control the stress and not let it just get out of control. So number one is just to simply implement some type of stress management technique, such as meditation. Now, an app I use every day is Insight Timer. I use it morning and night, and I do a session. And next, after that, is consistently and intensely exercise. And this is a great way to exfoliate some worries and stressors. And next, after that, is to delegate some responsibilities that's going to help reduce your burden. And continuing on, taking time to unwind, taking time to practice some stress relieving activities can help to maintain your mental and physical health. And long term, all these things mentioned right here will improve your performance across the board in business, community, and family. And so the third thing here is no system or strategy for business travel. Now, picture flying across multiple time zones, eating whatever is available at the airports, skipping workouts due to tight schedules. Over time, this lifestyle easily is going to lead to weight gain, fatigue, and a weakened immune system. And frequent travel is often part of the CEO's life. It's part of the entrepreneur's life. It's part of a lot of business leaders' life. And without a proper system, without a proper strategy, this can wreak havoc on your health, your energy levels, and so many other areas. Poor diet, lack of exercise, disruptive sleep patterns. These are three of many others that are an issue when you're constantly traveling. And not to harp on this even more, frequent travel can significantly impact an individual's physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Business travelers had higher claims than non-travelers for all health conditions across the board, along with a higher likelihood of stress-related disorders. And this was reported in the Harvard Business Review. And another one here is, this was shared in the Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine, that frequent business travel adversely affects overall body composition, leading to risk of obesity and various other ailments if left unmanaged, such as heart disease and diabetes. So a couple solutions here when it comes to business travel is to develop a travel strategy. Develop a strategy that includes your nutrition philosophy, your workout routines, your sleep schedules. That's going to help you maintain your health on the go. Planning ahead can make a significant difference in staying healthy while traveling. Thinking of yourself as an athlete here. And what do I mean by thinking of yourself as an athlete as you're traveling? Well, just as a professional athlete requires careful management of their physical, of their emotional, of their mental well-being, so do business travelers. Business travel is a stressor with a high burnout rate and decreased performance across the board. But as you revamp your health, consider your approach to business travel as a sports team thinks about traveling for an away game. So the fourth one here is neglecting boundaries. So I want you to imagine working late into the night, answering emails during a family dinner, never taking a vacation, missing some weddings, missing some birthday parties, which is fine in my deal, but I don't want to sound like a Scrooge. But missing a lot of other things as well. This lack of boundaries, for some, can lead to chronic stress, can lead to strained relationships. That's a big one. And obviously can lead to decreased productivity. And neglecting boundaries between your work, between your personal life, leads to burnout, typically. CEOs, entrepreneurs, business leaders, they often feel the need to constantly be available. And this can prevent you from recharging. This can prevent you from enjoying personal time. So some of the solutions here, these are some of the things that I do myself, or some that I'm actually continuing to learn, because it's always a process of continual refinement. But so as a philosophical thing, it's important to set and respect boundaries to ensure that you have time to recharge. It's important to set and respect boundaries and enforce those with the people around you. even if they get mad sometimes. And they probably will. So this includes setting work hours, taking regular breaks, or I should say, taking strategic breaks, and making time for important hobbies, making time for family, making time for things that are most important to you. So go ahead and put those on the calendar and keep those on there. When you have clearer boundaries, this can lead to better work-life integration. This can lead to better overall well-being for yourself. Hobbies lead to you being a more reliable, innovative, and effective leader. I know a lot of times we don't think about that, but it's actually true. You can look at things such as improv, learning a language. These are things that on the surface seem like it's a frivolous activity, but some of the top CEOs have taken time out of their day to go to improv classes. Some of the top CEOs are learning a language. Now, some of it's for business, but on another thing, learning a language is enjoyment. Learning a language can help you immerse in culture. Learning a language can help with brain development and continual refinement of your brain as you get older. And if you're interested in that, I recorded an episode on the benefits mental health wise when it comes to learning a language. Now, passion outside of work matters. It most definitely matters. So number 5 here is constant connectivity. So in this hyper-connected modern business world, it takes a toll on our health. It's hard not to let it do that. And constantly checking your phone for work messages, even during personal time. This constant connectivity leads to burnout, can reduce your effectiveness in both your personal and your professional life again. And one of the most damaging effects of this hyperconnectivity that we have in this world now is something called attention residue. And I first heard about this term reading Cal Newport's book, Deep Work. And this is the cognitive cost that's accumulated when you're shifting from one task to another. And this being constantly connected through emails, through calls, through messages, this leads to mental exhaustion. The pressure to always be available can prevent you from fully disconnecting, from fully, truly recharging. Now, a Stress in America report by the American Psychological Association reveals that 1 in 5 Americans cite technology as a significant source of stress, with levels that are escalating as technology use increases. So one of the solutions here is to simply unplug regularly to give your mind a break. I know that's hard, and then a double bonus, unplug while out in nature. One of the things that I'm doing more of now is taking a weekly ruck, just out in nature. It's still, for me, a workout, but it's also a way for me to get away from the sounds of the city, from just people in general, and just to really get out there in nature and really think. And going back to this connectivity, consider implementing a digital detox period, creating a tech-free zone to reduce your impact of constant connectivity. Now, this is going to help you recharge. This is going to help you return to work with more energy. And more talk on digital detoxes. These offer solace from the virtual world. This allows you to recharge. This allows you to reinvest in your most important relationships. And research from the International Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health indicates that unplugging from social media for as little as 1 week can enhance mental well-being and cultivate and lead to greater social connectedness. Taking back control over your technology can start with keeping devices out of your bedroom, prioritizing technology-free zones when you're eating, and being on a digital-free task, or I should say, being digital-free when you are on your vacations and holidays. Now, for us, completely abstaining from technology is unrealistic. But given your expectations, given your various responsibilities, taking over the reins of technology is still very much critical. So your version of a digital detox can take various forms. You could probably do a lot of those things that I mentioned earlier. But the key is to nevertheless still tailor your approach to suit your specific lifestyle commitments. And number 6 is no accountability. So imagine setting a goal regularly, but finding the business demands always take precedence. And that's part of life. But you don't have someone to hold you accountable on a lot of things, particularly your health and fitness. And it's easy then to skip workouts. It's easy then to make unhealthy choices and to grab what's convenient to get back for the sake of work. So without accountability, it's easy to let health goals slide. CEOs and entrepreneurs often prioritize the business over the personal health, leading to neglect of their well-being. And it doesn't have to be like that. The pursuit of business excellence doesn't mean and doesn't have to come at the cost and the expense of your well-being. And neglect of your well-being doesn't just affect you. It affects your family, it affects your community, and it affects your organization. So a solution here is to have someone or have a system that's going to hold you accountable, that can keep you on track. This could be a trainer, a health coach, a health optimization team, a trusted friend, a family member, whoever it is that helps you support your health goals and will keep you on the straight and narrow. Accountability can make a significant difference in maintaining healthy habits. And so number 7 is an out of control ego. An out of control ego can prevent you from seeking help or admitting when you are overwhelmed, admitting when you need help on maybe your health and fitness, maybe help on sticking to a fitness plan. And this can lead you to taking on too much. This can lead you to, as mentioned, neglecting your personal health, neglecting your well-being. So picture a CEO who refuses to delegate tasks, believing that they can only do the things right. 1, they're not going to grow that much. 2, and the entrepreneur especially. This attitude can lead to overwork, stress, and ultimately burnout. Now, a solution is quite simple. Stay humble. Recognize your limits. Be willing to seek assistance when needed. You're not weak when you are asking for help and assistance. And that is a sentence that was really hard for me to come to grips with. But lastly, also, embrace a mindset of continuous learning. Embrace a mindset of growth that can help you stay grounded, that can have you more open to support. Just because you're highly competent in one area doesn't mean that you are in another area. And number 8 is a lack of personalization with your health. Now, generic plans often don't work for CEOs and entrepreneurs who have unique needs and challenges. Mainstream health is probably close to a decade behind. And this number it's going to expand even further when it comes to the solutions to us unique top performers who are looking to extract the most out of life. Personalized health plans, such as those offered by concierge health services, can provide tailored solutions to address your specific requirements. So think about the typical way that things are. It's a one-size-fits-all health and fitness plan that doesn't take into account your specific stressors right now, your travel schedule, your genetics, your lab work, your current standing in life, and your dietary preferences. This is only going to lead to frustration, a lack of progress, and even worse, this is going to lead to more of you being taken away from doing the things that you most want to do. So avoiding these common mistakes can significantly improve your health and performance as a leader. And I can never say this enough. Remember that your health is your most valuable asset, and investing in it will pay dividends in both your personal and your professional life. And so with that said, if you are ready to take control of your health and ensure that you are performing at your best day in and day out, don't go at it alone. Reach out for a complimentary executive health meeting with us at Executive Health. And our unique, comprehensive, bespoke approach leverages a personalized, cutting-edge, data-driven approach so that you can operate with world-class health and performance. So visit the link in the description below or head over to executivehealth.io. Until next time, stay awesome, be limitless, and as always, go be the CEO of your health and your life. Peace.